Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Just Nick Studio. I've used 3 different cut files on this layout, the 1 to 9 outlines, back to school and the back to school bundle. So these are the 2 photos that I want to use, and I'm just showing you the cut files that I've cut in advance from the 3 different sets. As you can see, I'm going to do school layout, so I've got out some Vicki Boutin Color Study. I've used some of this range before, so they're not necessarily all whole sheets, and it may not even be all colour study because I tend to keep all my Vicki Boutin papers together for the older ranges. But what I have got there is a background from the print shop background pad, you know, the ones that Vicki does where they're already pre-made. So mixed media pad, so I thought that black and white one would be a good use for a school page, so I've put that down first. It's the first of the print shop that I've actually looked at really, so but I was quite taken with that pad. So anyway, getting sidetracked, but I'm using that as the background. But I think the majority of what I put on the top is going to be from Color Study. Basically, I'm trying to do a vertical, like column design. So I'm thinking of what I want to put underneath those 2 photographs. They're both printed the same size, they're about 3x4s. And I'll tell you the story of the photographs. In fact, the photographs are the inspiration for the layout. While I'm just looking at things, I want to tuck lots of layers in between or underneath the photographs. And I want the title to start at the top and then go to the centre. So at the moment you can see the outline of number 1 is at the top and the word school is across the centre. So obviously these are just me gauging where I want them to be, but that in my mind, that is how I saw it looking. So I don't really want to cover too much of either photo with the title, so I'm just playing around with some bits and pieces. So when I went through all of the supplies, I saw lots of different brightly coloured tags. So I'm going to cut some of those off and use them as layering pieces below the photographs. Also lots of ephemera. I've got quite a bit from, I've probably bought something from every Vicki Boutin range in the past. And as I keep it all together in a couple of big boxes, I've gone through and there's literally a mound of stuff on my left there for me to look through. I mean, there's some ephemera not even open. So there's lots and lots to choose from. So I'm not concerned of how this, that I'll have enough for this layout. It's just actually wading through it all to actually find the things that I want. So I'm just making a few literally good decisions as I flick through, putting stuff to one side if I don't think it's going to work at all. I definitely want some tabs, so that's why they've gone off on the right there. And I'm just looking at what else is in the pack, see, make sure there's nothing that I'm actually think is essential. Because it is a school layout, I'm definitely looking for things like pens, paintbrushes, pencils. I know there's a piece of 12 by 12 paper and 6 by 8 that have got pencils on, so at worst I'll cut some out. I think I've still got some of that paper left. But also there's like a bulldog clip and bits, so they're all the little bits that I think would really look good on a school layout. So basically the story behind this layout is that these are 2 photographs that my daughter put together online only a few weeks ago, and it was her first day at school as a pupil and her first day at school as a teacher. And I thought that that was absolutely cracking and would make an absolutely great layout. So I lifted both photographs and I decided that I would make it into a layout. So that's exactly what mine is going to say eventually. It's going to say first day at school, and by the side of them, that's why I was keeping those tabs on there on the right. I'm actually going to say that it's as a pupil and as a teacher. So I'm just seeing if there's anything else in this pile that I want to include, and I think it's now time to fine-tune the actual design itself and look at the embellishments that I've put to one side. I absolutely love this light bulb. It says so very brilliant. I think it fits with the colours. I didn't actually have a colour scheme in mind at the beginning, but actually I'm starting to veer towards yellows and then some like pinky purples. So we'll see if that carries on. There is a little bit of red on there at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm just fussy cutting out those crayons. They were from one of the journaling cards, and I'm now going to actually cut some yellow to go behind the number 1 for the, it's going to say first at the top. And I'm just using scraps. I'm a bit tight and I tend to keep hold of lots of small bits and pieces. of paper. You never know when they're going to come in handy, and particularly when I've got quite a lot of a range, I can't help myself. So that's not stuck down yet, but I know that I quite like the way that that's going to look. So I do need to find some paper to go behind the word school, and this is out of the Colour Study pad. And I'm going to use this purpley colour. It's more of a pinky purple to go under the word school. I was thinking about it being black to start with, but actually I thought that'd be too harsh. So I actually cut that on the silhouette off camera and stick it, or at least put it behind the word school. So to make the word first at the top, I'm looking at these are the Colour Study letters. And I quite like that. So I put that on a piece of wax paper, so just in case I didn't want to stick it down. And I've decided to focus on the crayons, or these pencil crayons. I want to use 3 of them. So I've actually cut the whole line, and I'm just going to trim them down to be individual. I'm going to aim to add those to the layers below the photograph. So I'm just trimming it. Really nice fine cut file, this one. I'm going to make the points of the crayons I'm going to do in the craft, but the body will be coloured with some leftovers from from various Vicki Boutin ranges. So that's the plan. So I'm aiming. So I'm going to do one in this yellow. This is another scrap. So I just need to get a straight line on that to see if I've actually got enough that I can do it. But I'm hoping to use at least 3. I think I can cut 4. I'm cutting alternates out. I cut alternates out of that cut file to use them. So you don't even need to use it as a whole strip, you see. I think a couple of other designers from the team have used that cut file with the pencils in a row. So it's definitely worth checking out the Instagram site and to have a look what everyone else has done. So I've made 3 pencils there. They've got orange rubbers on the end. Little black band as well. You may not see all of it, but just in case you did, it was easier for me just to actually make them whole rather than trying to guess what you would see. So I'm going to tuck them in around the photographs. So now I want to start to think about the title. So I brought in some small letter stickers, and I'm going to add the word day onto the number 1 at the top. So it's going to say first day. These are really ancient stickers. I can't even tell you what brand they were offhand. But I keep lots of little letter stickers when I do my project life. So I've got quite a few to choose from. In fact, I think they were called by Adorn It. Gosh, that takes me back a little while. But anyway, they're very, very useful. So I've also put above the word school, I've put a little of, so it would be first day of school. So I've now cut some stars out of one of the vellum papers that were Vicki Boutin, and I'm trying to dot those around. I'm still going with the pinks and the yellow type theme, and I just want to, I think stars and school, they go really well, don't they? Always think about when you got stickers for doing things well. So I'm now just literally the finishing touches. I'm double checking what I've stuck down, and I'm actually looking just see if there's any other bits and pieces to add. I want to add the word pupil and teacher either side of the photographs. So I bring in some bits from the chipboards selection, little journaling tabs that I can add more of the pink letter stickers to. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment. I'm just trying to tuck one in either side of the photo, because that's really what the whole thing was about from the start, discussing the fact that she was a pupil and a teacher. So that's what I'm doing as we speak. So I would really recommend you check out Just Nick Studio. Lots of really versatile cut files, all things being added to the website and the shop all the time. And have a look on IG. Lots of fabulous designers in the team that are actually providing inspiration using the cut files. So as you can see, I'm just looking at the last few bits. I think I find some heart stickers on one of these sheets, and I add a heart in yellow and pink to the photographs. And the little stars are actually stuck down with glue dots because you can't really see through them too well. So I think that's all stuck down. Nothing moved there, did it? So thank you so much for watching. This is the finished layout, and there's some close-ups too. You'll also find it on IG, as I say. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you here again soon. Bye for now.